Hey everyone, it's Alexander, the real Mr. Robinson. Welcome to the channel, and this is my review for Barbarian, which is directed by Zach Cregger. The movie follows a woman played by Georgina Campbell as she is going to Detroit for a job interview. She books an Airbnb but finds out that it's accidentally been double booked. The other person at the Airbnb is Bill Skarsgård, so the two of them have to end up staying the night at this house, only to find out that there's a dark secret to this house that I cannot say because I will spoil the surprises that this movie has to offer. And the best way you can really experience this movie is if you know nothing about it, like I did. I didn't see a single trailer for this movie. I had no knowledge of this movie's existence up until I heard early reviews for it. And everyone kept saying the best way to experience this is to go in with as little knowledge as possible. And that's definitely the best way to sum this movie up. The plot description that I just gave you guys doesn't even begin to scratch the surface of what this movie's actually about. There's a twist that happens in the middle of the film, and the first movie that came to mind when watching Barbarian was Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho. And even then, me saying that it reminded me of Psycho might be giving away a little too much. So yeah, the best way you can experience this is not knowing anything about it. But as for me personally, I wasn't fully impressed by this film when it started. It had a really interesting setup. The first half of the movie was a real slow burn, and if I'm being completely honest, I did find myself dozing off every now and then. The setup was interesting, and both Georgina Campbell and Bill Skarsgård are really good, but it just takes a long time for us to actually get into the meat of the story. But once that twist happens in the middle of the movie, and we're soon introduced to Justin Long's character, that's when things really picked up, and it's tension-filled, it's very scary at points, but it's also flat-out bug-nuts insane. There were parts throughout the second half of the film that reminded me of Malignant from last year, and just in terms of its over-the-top, tongue-in-cheek nature, I was also reminded of Ty West's X from earlier this year. I think out of all three of those movies, this is more middle of the road. X is a very straightforward slasher movie, but has some very weird and bizarre things about it. And then Malignant, well, Malignant is just James Wan losing his mind. And I love the movie for that. This is not a movie that I don't think is going to appeal to everyone. When I saw this, there was something that happens near the end that was so absurd that I laughed. And the guy sitting next to me also laughed and said, "Man, that is some bullshit," which I think that was the intent. I don't think the moment in that movie was supposed to be taken seriously. I think it was meant to be over-the-top ridiculous. If you've seen the movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But on the whole, I won't say I loved it, because that first half really was slow, and I started to lose interest. But thankfully that twist comes in, and the movie manages to save itself and ultimately be a good movie. It's tension-filled, it's scary, it's weird, it's over the top, but in the way that I like it. Your performances are great, especially Justin Long. Justin Long comes in after the twist, and he is so good at being this gigantic douchebag that he was ultimately the big standout of the film. 2022 has been a phenomenal year for horror movies, and by the time this review goes up, Ty West's prequel to X, Pearl, will have just been released. I'm excited to see that movie, but as for Barbarian, this is probably my least favorite horror movie of the year. That first half, again, really was slow and uninteresting. I really started to lose interest, but then once that twist came in, everything just got even better. So I'd say it's enough for it to be a good movie, but not a great movie. And there you go, that's my review for Barbarian. I hope you enjoyed it, and now I want to know what you guys think about the movie. If you've seen it, what did you think? Whatever the case may be, let me know in the comments below. And until next time, this is the real Mr. Robinson telling you there's only one. Hello everyone, I just want to say thank you all for watching my review for Barbarian. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell button to get notifications. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, go check out my Twitch channel, and support me on Patreon. I'll see you guys in the next video, but until then, have a good day, and take care of yourselves.